Okay guys, we're back in the garage. We have an earlier video on the RB forum for Hybrid Z and set engine, car runs, but now we have a big problem. I have some sort of electrical leak. So when I plug in my 30 amp fuse to my red-white main power that's coming from inside the car, I have the following problem, which you might even be able to hear from the wonderful sound on my video camera. Here is my problem. What's making that noise? Here's what's making that noise. This is the ignition. God, guys, sorry. I knew better than to do that, but, well, this isn't working. Ignition, relay, going over and over and over. What's that look like on the voltmeter? That's what it looks like on the voltmeter. So see, it's cycling all the way up to 11 plus and then back down to 2 something. I did the voltmeter swap, and so I'll show you what's going on with that in the engine bay. But that 3 volts, let's show you how that 3 volts is hooked up. So this wire here is my hot when run, okay, and that's hooked up on the engine harness, or on the dash harness, right before it hits the white connector that goes out to the engine bay. And so that is connected to the splitter wire, and one end goes here to my meter, and then the other end goes here to the red black from the RB25 harness, and then that goes into my fuse block relay such, and then ECU. So somewhere I've got 3 volts. Oh, I forgot. There's something we should notice. Here's my flasher switch. Guess what happens when I turn my flasher switch on? Everything is cool. Flasher is switching on and off. Another interesting thing happens. I'm going to turn the flasher back off, and after a few moments we will get our problem happening again, I'm pretty sure. We're reading 0 for some reason, so for the moment everything's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk back out and show you how I have my alternator hooked up. I don't think the alternator is relevant to this issue at all, but just to let everybody know, because I know that people, they put diodes in sometimes when they're having some of these won't turn off problems and such. So anyway, this is the connector, okay, and there's the white wire you can see. Okay, that white goes back to the alternator. So here's the alternator, it's kind of buried, but you can see it down in there, and you can see there's a plug down in here where my finger is. Let's turn on the light. Okay. Fighting shadows, love it. So awesome. Okay, my finger's down here, you can see said finger. There is a white wire, which we just looked at, and then there's a small red-white wire. Okay, so the white wire is the I believe signal, and that's going to go to this connector, and then it is into this wire, and that is this green wire here, okay, that comes in and is fused, 30 amp fuse here on my board. The other end, okay, of the red-white wire, the little red-white wire, comes out here, okay, comes into here, goes into this connector here, and then this black line goes into the car and into the voltmeter, okay? And so when the key is in and I turn it to run, okay, the light is on because I'm running off the battery. when I turn the car on and the alternator is now running, the light turns off. So that's my, I believe that's the sense, not the signal. Anyway, so for some reason right now everything's going okay. The car will start, everything's fine. But most times when I put that fuse in, I get this cycling and I get this voltage problem. If anyone has seen this or has some obvious answer, I'd appreciate your input. Thank you.